Hi students, I'm Mrs. Giroux. Welcome to your Fine Arts B class. I just want to show you around the classroom. So here is our home page, and there is a welcome video that I'd like you to watch on our home page. So please click and watch that if you have not already. And then I want to show you the plan quickly. Students who use LAN are very successful. I personally prefer the week view. It gives you a bird's eye view of everything you have that week so you can manage your time effectively. That Welcome to Fine Arts B was there starting on the very first day of the block. And if you clicked more, you saw my little welcome letter. Yes, indeed. And if you follow that breadcrumb trail back, that will bring us back to the plan. And you'll notice that today we're going to be doing the rules. I'm reading this video right now. I just want to show you how this is laid out. So each week there is a folder, and when you click more, you'll be able to see the lessons in there. I don't have the lessons posted yet. I'm hoping to have that done by the time we meet today though. So you can follow the breadcrumb trail back and use this arrow to go to the next week, and you'll see that week 2 will start next Thursday. So since our live classes are on a Thursday, we're running our classes from Thursday to Wednesday. So all of your work for week 1 is due Wednesday the 25th, and then all of your work for week 2 will be due Wednesday, April 1st. And then week 3 is a special week because we have spring break right in the middle of it. So your work for week 3 won't be done until Wednesday, April 15th. Week 4, same thing. Week 5, we have a prom scheduled on May 1st. Of course, that's up in the air and we're not sure if that's going to happen yet, but that's the save the date. And then we have getting close to the end of the block now in week 6. Starting week 7, there will be an academic support class. And since I teach on Tuesdays from 2 to 3, I will not be available until 3 to 4. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm not available to help you until then. And then final deadline for late work approaching. A lot of students will have late work. It's an unfortunate reality that students don't always turn their work in on time. So if you fall into that category, your final deadline for late work is May 17th, and I give you a whole week of warning here. Also on that last week, you're going to have your last chance study hall. Once again, I teach, so I'm only available 3 to 4. And then our last assignment, it says here the deadline for late work. If you hover your cursor, it says it's May 17th. I know on my video it's showing through the 18th, but that's not real. It's just a bizarre glitch in the system. And the final assignment for this class, if I choose to have one, may not be the case, but if I choose to have an assignment during week 8, it would be due Wednesday the 20th, okay? The last day for seniors is Monday, May 18th, and then the last day for all students is Friday the 22nd of May, so we're getting really, really close. Next, I want to show you the grade book, so let's click on grades. That's your grade book. Your grade book is going to look a little different from mine, but it's very similar. It's arranged by those weekly folders. Remember we talked about those weekly folders? What's great about this is you can go into the grade book and easily gauge where you're at, whether you're missing any work, and you'll always kind of get an idea of what's due that week, what's been past due that you might not have finished. So the grade book is great. If you're missing anything, I'll post a link in there, and you can click on the link as well in the grade book, and it'll take you right over here to the content. Both the grade book and the plan are going to link you back to the content. Now, when in doubt, just go straight into the content, because this is where I actually physically hang out and load things for you guys. It's called the table of contents, and you can see a course schedule here if you click on that, and that'll have upcoming stuff. Yes, there's that lovely, we're gonna read that. That's the rules document, and there's a rules quiz, and then tomorrow, okay, that's when it's due. And then for the next 7 days, we've got week 2 coming up. So this is another way to access things in a new and exciting way. It's always been there though. The first thing in the table of contents is the welcome, and we saw that over in the plan. It links right to it. I also have my contact information here with several other resources for you with hyperlinks you can click on. We're going to go over the rules in a moment, but I also wanted to show you that this is where I will be posting our live class recordings, and then these are the weekly folders. So if it's March 19th, you can expect that there will be something posted in here. If it's not posted right by the 19th when we have our live class, it'll be posted sometime later that day. It just depends on my schedule. Sometimes it gets crazy, but I know we have seniors that are wanting to get done early, so my goal is that I can kind of get through and get some things posted in all of the folders as soon as possible, so that seniors, if you want to work ahead and you want to finish early, you can. And of course, probably anybody in the course could do that, right? If I get it set up. Yes, time is the limiting factor there. Will I have time? So I'll be trying. So let's read the rules together before I go on any further. So this is Fine Art B. Welcome. Fine Art B is a hands-on class where you'll use the art supplies you received in the mail to complete 4 big projects. You will learn about many artists and period styles of art history from the Renaissance to modern times that will serve as inspiration for your 4 projects. First project will be an expressive sculpture of a head, also known as a Baroque bust, and a black and white drawing of the bust in chiaroscuro fashion. And this is an example that I did. So here is the bust, and there will be a video, and I'll do this assignment with you. You'll be able to pull out your supplies and hang out and do some art with me. And then there is my drawing of it, and then I took it into GIMP, and I rendered it too on the computer and did some fun things with it. It would be a great idea to already be keeping in mind how you photograph and stage your artwork, cropping it really nice and tight, because you are publishing your work to the internet, whether that be an assignment Dropbox for me or on some shared slides for the whole class to see, or in a class critique. Your artwork should be nicely presented. So that's something we'll be working on. Project 2 will be the naturalism and realism. Oh, naturalism or realism, they're very similar, and impressionism paintings. So being more focused on realistic or using natural colors, and then being impressionistic means, you know, Van Gogh, Monet, pointillism, lots of thick paint and visible brush strokes. Modern painting and mixed media artwork is the third project, so you can do a modern painting if you want to, or you can do a mixed media artwork. So I will be giving you a choice at that point if you want to go and take it to a fun new level with some 3D a little bit. Things popping off the page. So back to business. Where are your supplies? This is an important question. You cannot do this class without the box of supplies K-12 sent to you. Pause this video and go get them now. If you did not get them, you moved recently and have a new address you forgot to update with the school, or you lost them, I need to know now. You'll be able to provide that to me in that quiz in just a moment. Can I make this commitment? In this course, you'll learn about art history, but I will read the texts for you so that you're not on your own. Anyone can access the learning in this class. You will be required to get those art supplies out and have fun learning to sculpt, draw, and paint, and use materials you have around the house in creative ways. This is a project-based class grounded in the styles you learn about in the art history lessons. Are you up for this kind of work? The time expectation is 4 to 5 hours per week. Students should manage their own time by scheduling an hour a day to work on this class. If you cannot commit to spend 4 to 5 hours per week learning art history, sculpting, drawing, painting, and being creative with your hands, please contact your counselor right away to see what other options there are. Your counselor's information is provided in the How to Drop This Class section below. You can drop this class within the first 3 weeks. You have a choice. If for any reason you find yourself with a 0 in this class after week 1 or even week 2, you probably can't make the commitment at this time, and so it's time to withdraw before you end up with another F on your transcript. Remember, in high school, every F means a class that you have to retake later, and it brings your total grade point average down, which is no bueno, because colleges and other types of programs you might be interested in going into that might be competitive, such as getting a scholarship, or a special grant, they might be looking at your GPA, your grade point average. So don't procrastinate about one thing, withdrawing at the first sign of knowing in your heart that you cannot make the commitment. How to drop this class. Simply email your counselor and say, "Dear Mrs. Whomever, I realize that my heart is just not into Fine Art B, and I'd like to look at my other options, please. Sincerely, your name." Super easy. You can do it. Here is your counselor's information. Counselors are assigned alphabetically by last names. Live class weekly on Thursday, 2:10 to 2:55 p.m. Friday elective study hall, 2 p.m. If you are struggling, come get help either at the end of live class on Thursday or visit me in the study hall Friday at 2 p.m. If you allow your grade to fall below a D, that means you have an F at any time, you'll be required to attend that Friday study hall and get some help or work in class, okay? Please maintain a passing rate at all times in this class. Please reply to my emails, phone calls, or texts at all times within 24 hours. It is expected that you log in and read your emails on a daily basis. You are also expected to reciprocate communication to your teachers within 24 hours. It is common courtesy and a real-life skill. Don't make excuses. If you cannot commit, withdraw within the first 3 weeks. Late work will not be penalized, only up to 1 week past the due date. Assignments turned in more than a week late will be penalized, unless you and Learning Coach have contacted me in advance, requesting a specific accommodation based on an extenuating circumstance. You cannot come to me a week after the due date and then tell me about your extenuating circumstance that prevented you from getting your work turned in on time. You need to contact me before the due date and make that request. You must learn to be proactive and communicate effectively with your supervisors. This is a real-life skill. Also, when you turn your work in late, it's okay to inform a teacher that you've turned it in, but teachers may feel off-put if you ask them to grade it right away. I know you've got good intentions, but it's sort of insulting to turn your work in late and then ask a teacher to drop everything they're doing to grade it. Generally, late work will end up at the bottom of the to-do list for teachers. Not trying to criticize, but just relaying another real-life skill of how to win over the respect of your teachers, even if your work is late. Just be patient. I will grade your work eventually. To avoid long waits, just turn your work in on time. If you turn your work in before the due date, please be patient, as I may not start grading your work until the due date arrives. I will grade your work within 3 days of the due date, unless there's an extenuating circumstance on my end, and I'll let you know if that happens. IEPs and 504 plans. If you have accommodations, it is your responsibility to contact me and discuss them with me. Every class is different, and how your accommodations will be used and applied may differ depending on how the class is set up. For all students, are you reading? You are expected to spend 4 to 5 hours per week working in Blender. That is a normal expectation for all of your classes, that you spend 1 hour per day learning about the class content. How you schedule your 4 to 5 hours per week is up to you, as long as you're getting your work turned in on time. 4 to 5 hours per week is plenty of time to complete the assignments if you think ahead and plan. Remember, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. Speaking of which, the plan. Successful students use the plan, the tab at the top of your menu. Click the week view and you can see everything you need to do each week. The plan links to the content. When you're trying to find something, look in the content menu. It's all right there, arranged in folders that are labeled for your convenience. I promise I will make this class as easy to follow as possible. The gradebook. Click grades in the menu. This is your gradebook. It is an accurate reflection of where you're at in my class. If it says you have an F, you probably have an F. Do not ever tell your parent you are doing well in a class you have an F in because it says you have 100% progress. At this point, everyone except maybe your learning coach knows that you can click on every link in the course to make it look like you have 100% progress. If we could remove this feature from the online platform, we would, but the higher powers above don't listen to us. Hopefully you are watching this with your learning coach, and now your learning coach is the wiser. Tell the truth. This is a real life skill. Give your honest best. If you turn something in, please read the rubric and make sure you completed all the objectives. If you forgot something, go back and improve your work. Nothing brings a teacher more joy than a student who follows directions carefully and submits work they're proud of. Nothing delights a teacher more than a student who brings passion to their work. I don't expect perfection, but I do want you to do your honest best. That's the real paycheck for a teacher. Plagiarism. I know you know it's illegal, so need I say more? If you have questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask. Also, that huge time sucker some students do to try to make it look like they submitted their work, submitting a biology handout to their Fine Art Bee Dropbox. Yes, you know who you are. Just stop. Please, you're not fooling anyone, and it's a huge waste of the teacher's time to have to contact your parents about the fact that you're up to shenanigans. Only submit your work to the Dropbox. Excuses. I've heard many, but I'm sure I haven't heard them all. It's week 5, and you have a 0 or maybe a 10% in the class. And then you feel compelled to start submitting random things to the Dropbox with bizarre excuses like, we don't have any internet, my computer is broken, I don't have any art supplies, I don't know how to upload my pictures, we're moving, I didn't know I was in this class. Remember, don't make excuses. Figure it out right now. Can you commit or not? It's not hard. Either you can fully envision yourself spending 4 to 5 hours per week learning about art history and completing hands-on projects with clay, paint, and other found objects, or you can't. If you can't, then withdraw today. I won't feel bad. Your counselor won't feel bad. No one's going to feel bad, especially you. Free yourself from this idea that you have to stay in an electives class you don't want to take. We have lots of other options that don't involve art history, clay, and paint. We need you to do your best in high school. Our success depends on you. Making smart choices is a part of doing and being your best. Be joyful. I'm so excited to see your unique interpretation of these projects. Every student has a unique point of view. It's not about talent. It's about taking a risk to try to express something within you. Sometimes you'll be proud, sometimes disappointed, but just know that as long as you do what I ask you to do in the rubric and on the follow-along tutorials, I won't be judging your talent. I'll just be proud of you for taking the chance to try something new. I believe every student has the ability to do well in this class if you follow my videos and complete each of the steps. It's okay to pause the videos. It's okay to slow down the speed of the videos. It's okay to speed up the speed of the videos. Please be joyful. Figure out what that means for you. Balance your work life and your personal life. If you struggle to do that, come see me. Let's talk about strategies to find balance. I want you to be happy, and when you're happy, that will shine through your work. But hey, if you're not happy, you can express that side of things too. This is art. It should be therapeutic. Don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime with any questions or concerns you have. No question is a bad question, but the question that is never asked is never answered. So please reach out about anything. And I'll see you Thursdays at 2:10 p.m. and Fridays at 2 p.m. in the study hall.